I don't want to be having less touches than I had last year, and let alone you got Kareem Hunt. So that might happen. So when I can go somewhere else and they can utilize me more and I can get my touches that I want and they can, and I can be happy and I can play football and the organization can move forward, and that's what they did. It was just a neutral agreement to part ways. And I'm not mad at Duke Johnson. I wish him the best. He was one of my favorite Browns players because he loved this city. And he wanted to be a Brown, but at the end of the day, it's business. We all got to understand that, people. It's a business at the end of the day. So don't let that fool you. At the end of the day, it's still a business. And we got to understand that. It's just like us when we at our jobs and making our decisions. At the end of the day, it's nothing personal. It's just business. Do what's best for you, and the best thing was for the organization was to get him out of here and move forward and get the best value you can. And the best situation was for him was to move forward and to go to another team, be utilized better, and get your touches and be happy. And that's what happened. Coming up next, we're going to talk about, are the Browns a serious Super Bowl contender? Stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. Back in a minute here on Disputed Sports.
Shopping at Northeast Direct, you're going to be shocked at the quality that you can afford. At Northeast, standard 10x10 kitchen starts just $18.99. That costs you $6,000 or $7,000. There's a fancy store. For limited time, if you buy new cabinets, you'll get a sink and faucet for free. So if you're thinking about remodeling your kitchen, it's easy. Schedule an appointment today and bring in your measurements. They'll walk you through the rest. Locations on West 140th Street, Cleveland, Lakeland Boulevard, and you put a freeway drive to Macedonia. Shop online at NortheastFactoryDirect.com.
This Saturday is the $400,000 Carl Harrelson Memorial at Northwood Park. It's the richest race of the year as the best 3-year-old racers battle it out at the home of the Flying Terrors. Post time is 6 p.m. Try your luck at Plinko and the prize wheel for a chance to win prizes. Plus, visit the outdoor apron and enjoy live music by Victory Highway and food trucks from 6 to 10 p.m. Lady Luck's Clubhouse is also offering a special buffet inspired by MGM's executive chef Chris Pop. Call 330-467-4101 for reservations.
Isn't it time smoking changed too? Meet Vuse Alto, a vapor product offering you a satisfying alternative to cigarettes. With long-lasting pods filled with liquid blended in the U.S., Vuse Alto delivers our highest performing vapor yet. Simple to use, surprisingly quiet, and impressively powerful. Vuse, leading the way today, tomorrow, and the future. Underage sale prohibited.
John Force. Fireworks, the best in Ohio. Including 16 times John Force, experiencing North American Chip Championship and Field Break. Bravo to test the racetrack at DMSI. Saturday, August 10th, the Kelly Band Under Fire. Tickets at motorsports.com. Walk it like I like talking. 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 Walk it like I like talking.
Welcome back to Disputed Sports, everybody, where we investigate the truth of every topic, mostly sports. We investigate the truth and get into the truth, and we gonna walk it how we talk it on my show. Hope everybody enjoying this show. I got another tweet from George from Wyoming. Says, I love your show, and when it comes to Duke Johnson, I'm a true Browns fan. Just know that Duke Johnson was very, very loyal to this team, and he was a great player. And I feel like the organization wasn't loyal to him like he was loyal to them. Well, you're right about that. You're definitely right, and that's what I just said. And it's definitely true. It's definitely a true statement that the front office just wasn't loyal to Duke Johnson how he was to them. And that's just it. And we wish Duke Johnson the best as a Houston Texan, and we gonna definitely hope for the best for him. Now my question has been to this day, and ever since we've been making these off-season moves the last 2 years, and now that we have Odell Beckham and Sheldon Richardson and Olivier Vernon, and then we have a great secondary, and the only thing of our concern is on this team is the linebackers and the offensive line. But are we truly Super Bowl contenders? Can we really make the Super Bowl this year? Or is people optimistic about this team? I feel like talent-wise, we got the talent to make it to the Super Bowl. But talent don't get you to the Super Bowl. Camaraderie, chemistry, working as a team, putting your egos at the door, and sacrificing. Those all make champions. So, at the end of the day, we can have the most talent. But my thing is, on paper, yes, the Browns can make the Super Bowl. And if they play together and they put their egos aside and they sacrifice, saying that Odell Beckham, you might not have 1,200 yards receiving. Jarvis Landry, you might not have 100 catches. Nick Chubb, you might not have 1,000 yards. It's just sacrifices that you have to make to win a Super Bowl. And those are the questions. And in my opinion, I think this team can sacrifice to win a Super Bowl. I do think Odell Beckham is a new and improved person. Because you have to look into that when he signed the fan license plates, that tells you that this man is all in. He about winning and he about improving his image. That he's just not this selfish player who just all about stats. Because he could have just rolled off, went about his business. He Odell Beckham Jr. But he took the time to pull aside and sign the license plates. People gotta read you gotta read into that. And that meant a lot to me. And I think this team really can make a run at the Super Bowl. Seriously, if they can put their egos at the door. Don't let adversity destroy you. And when I mean adversity, on and off the field. Because you're going to be the team that's looked at all year. Oh, what the Cleveland Browns doing? Nationally and locally. But nationally, they don't know about this team. The local media knows about this team. So when the local media is telling you that this team is hungry and feisty and they all together, I believe it. Nationally, they don't know. They not in that locker room every day. The local people is in there. So I feel like we have to sacrifice, put our egos at the door. And when adversity come, make you stronger. Fight through it because it's going to come. One little mistake this year is going to be talked about through the whole United States of America. Oh, what's going on with the Browns? Oh, Freddie Kitchens can't handle all these egos. Odell Beckham is not happy. Jarvis Landry is not happy. It's going to be that. But deep down inside, only the players in that locker room know who's happy and who's not. And I feel like this unit is very, very together. And they have a lot to prove. And they want to prove these doubters wrong. I really do that. That's why I hate to hear about that Antonio Callaway stuff. Man, because he's such a talent on this team that hurt us. But it's next man up. And lucky we got depth at the wide receiver spot. Luckily we got depth at that spot. And that's why I feel like everybody has to just focus on football now. You got until the end of February, the beginning of February to plan your vacation and think about, just focus on football. Just go to practice, go home. And what the ones that can go out and enjoy yourself, go out. The ones that can't. But just make it back to that football field. And when you want to be a great one, you ain't got time to party. And when you want to be hungry and win Super Bowls, you ain't got time to party. Tom Brady don't got time during the season. During the off season, he plays around. Regular season, he's ready to play and win championships. That's what great players do. And that's contagious. And that's why that organization is such of a great organization. Because they have a system. Not just on the field, but off the field. No social media. Just straight football for 6 months straight. And that's how the Browns got to be to win the Super Bowl. You have to be focused. Have the will, have the desire, the dedication, the commitment, the ambition that you got one goal, and that's to win the Super Bowl. And the only how you're going to win the Super Bowl is you got to stay focused. Block out all the adversity and all the fake stories that's going to happen. And go out there and perform on the football field. And I feel like Freddie Kitchens is the right player, the right coach for this team. I feel like he's pressing all the right buttons now. We can't really say what he's doing on the field because we haven't really had a real game yet. We're not going to see that until September 8th, and that's against the Tennessee Titans here at First Energy Stadium. So all in all, I think the Browns is a Super Bowl contender. They can get to the Super Bowl. And it's amazing feeling to feel like that, people. To be a Clevelander all your life. To go through the fumble with the drive. Waking up and you don't have a football team. Waking up, you have a team. You only went to the playoffs one time. That was in 2002. And then you can add that to the list. The catch when Dennis Northcutt dropped the ball. Then from there, 17 years straight, we haven't even had a winning record. I mean, we only had one winning record after the playoffs, after we made the playoffs. And that was in 2007 when we had Kevin Winslow, Braylon Edwards, Derek Anderson. Man, but we've been through misery. We've been through hell and back. And now it's our turn, and people don't like it, but I love it. And the city is on fire for this team. Let's keep getting behind this team, people. And this team keep getting behind us as fans. Because we can smell it. And we deserve it. We got the best fans in the world. And this is a football town. Always will be. And always have been a football town. And the Browns are Super Bowl contenders if they just do what they need to do. Coming up next, we're going to get into some tribe. And then our society topic of the day. Stay tuned. We got a lot more to come. Don't go anywhere here on Disputed Sports. Stay tuned, everybody.
Sports Scores. All station contest rules. Go to 923thefan.com/rules.
Most shoppers today fall into one of two categories. You could be like Dave, who settles for nothing but the fine.
I drive only European luxury sedans, wear the finest Italian leather shoes. My shirts are custom made, and I expect white glove service from those I do business with. I appreciate world-class brands, and at this point in my life, I just don't want to compromise on quality, no matter what I buy.
Or you might be like Steve, whose goal is to always get the best deal.
I'm frugal. I'm all about finding value. I want the best price, and I don't mind going out of my way to get it. I work hard for my money. I just want to make sure when I buy something, I can have confidence in knowing I'm not overpaying for it. It's not being cheap, it's being smart.
You never see these two guys in the same store, except for one.
That's why I love shopping at Diamonds Direct.
Diamonds Direct is that rare shopping experience where you can have it all. Uncompromising luxury and unbeatable value. Plus exceptional service and the guaranteed best price in America. A premium experience and a smart purchase. This is where the best of all worlds come together. Diamonds Direct at the corner of Richmond and Cedar Road.
Mutual Stanley. Join at PrestigeApproved.com.
Contact Pella today at PellaCleveland.com to schedule your in-home appointment.